They laughed at the styling. They mocked the proportions. And they called it a glorified golf cart. But the 2026 Suzuki S-Presso is currently doing something that has the entire budget automotive market in a state of absolute panic. This isn't just another entry-level hatchback trying to blend into the crowd. It is a calculated, aggressive disruption of the urban commute. While major manufacturers are struggling to keep their entry-level prices below the ceiling, Suzuki has managed to engineer a machine that packs more personality and efficiency than anything else in its segment. But here's the kicker, and why you need to stick around until the very end of this video. Behind all those bold design tweaks and the upgraded tech, there is a hidden, somewhat controversial secret regarding its platform architecture that Suzuki has been trying to downplay for months. It is the one thing owners usually don't find out until they are already deep into the ownership experience. And it changes the entire narrative of why this car is priced the way it is. Let's talk about that micro SUV DNA. The 2026 model hasn't just received a light touch-up. It's an evolution of the HEARTECT platform that feels more planted than previous iterations. You step into this car and you immediately notice the high riding, commanding view that usually costs thousands more. It's that elevated stance, paired with a surprisingly peppy 1.0-liter K10C dual-jet engine, that makes it an absolute weapon in dense city traffic. You aren't just driving, you're navigating. The engine stop-start technology is smoother than it has any right to be. And when you combine that with the refined 5-speed auto gear shift, you're looking at fuel efficiency figures that are genuinely pushing the boundaries of internal combustion. If you appreciate deep dives into the hidden realities of budget cars, go ahead and hit that like button. And make sure you are subscribed, because we are stripping away the manufacturer marketing speak to show you exactly what it's like to live with this car every single day. Now, moving inside, the cabin is where the real surprises happen. Gone are the days of feeling like you're sitting in a plastic box. The 2026 cabin update introduces a much cleaner, more modern aesthetic. You get the 7-inch touchscreen that finally feels responsive, and the integration of Apple CarPlay and Android Auto feels seamless rather than an afterthought. The ergonomics have been tweaked to give you just enough extra shoulder room. And while it isn't winning any awards for luxury materials, it wins the prize for pure, unadulterated practicality. Every switch is right where you expect it to be, and the digital instrument cluster is sharp enough to read and direct blinding sunlight. But let's get back to the elephant in the room, the performance. It is a 3-cylinder engine. It is not going to win drag races. And if you take it on the highway, it knows its place. But in the city, where this car lives, that torque curve is snappy. It pulls away from lights with a level of eagerness that makes other commuters look like they are moving through molasses. The suspension setup, while firm, manages to soak up the craters and speed bumps that would leave a traditional sedan crying for mercy. It is a car that thrives on abuse, and that is exactly why it has become the go-to choice for people who see their vehicle as a tool rather than a trophy. However, the reality check comes when we address the long-term trade-offs. While the tech and the efficiency are stellar, the build philosophy is focused entirely on mass-market accessibility. That brings us back to the secret I mentioned at the start. The 2026 S-Presso is built on a philosophy of extreme weight management to hit those astronomical mileage targets. By utilizing high-tensile steel to keep the frame incredibly light, they have achieved an efficiency rating that beats out almost every competitor. But this has a direct, measurable impact on how the car handles at highway speeds and how it responds to high-impact scenarios. It's a trade-off between absolute fuel freedom and structural mass. And for the vast majority of buyers, it's a brilliant compromise. But you need to know that this car is a city specialist through and through. If you're looking for a luxury highway cruiser, you're looking in the wrong place. But if you want the absolute most cost-effective, tech-savvy, and genuinely fun way to survive the daily urban grind, the 2026 S-Presso isn't just a choice, it's the king of the budget mountain, proving that sometimes smaller really is better.